A victory is meaningless if you win the battle but lose everything that made the fight worthwhile in the first place. This is the story of a nation fighting for its very survival, not just on the battlefield, but in the maternity wards, the empty schoolyards, and the desolate homes of its future. This is the story of Ukraine, a nation that entered a war for its existence while already in the grips of a demographic crisis so dramatic that it threatens to empty the country without a single shot being fired. The war did not start Ukraine's population collapse, but it poured gasoline on a fire that has been burning for decades. To understand this monumental battle that awaits Ukraine after the war, you must first understand the nation that existed before it. On the eve of the full-scale invasion, Ukraine's population was already down to just 43 million people, a staggering loss of nearly 9 million from its peak at independence. So our story really begins in 1991, when the Soviet Union crumbled. Ukraine emerged with a surge of national hope, possessing a population of about 52.3 million, a powerful industrial base, and vast agricultural land. But the brutal economic shock therapy and mismanagement of the 1990s plunged the country into a decade of hardship. This triggered a demographic downturn from which Ukraine has never fully recovered. The fertility rate, the number of children that each woman has, plummeted far below the 2.1 replacement level needed to maintain a population. By 2021, its fertility rate cratered to just 1.2 children per woman, one of the lowest rates in the entire world. At the same time, death rates soared, particularly among men, and it mirrored the same crisis in Russia. Ukraine saw life expectancy for men fall dramatically, creating a huge gap with women. This was driven by economic stress, high rates of drinking, and a healthcare system in decline. By the 2010s, the life expectancy for a Ukrainian man was only around 66 years old, a full decade less than his female counterpart. Much like Russia, Ukraine also has high levels of alcohol consumption, and this led to a myriad of health issues across the population and lowering life expectancy as a result. With few babies being born and high mortality rates, the only thing that could have saved Ukraine's population was immigration. Instead, it faced the opposite, a relentless and crippling brain drain. Lured by higher wages and greater stability in neighboring Poland and the wider European Union, millions of Ukrainians left to find work. It's estimated that even before 2022, between 3 to 4 million Ukrainians were already living and working abroad at any given time. And the result was a demographic doom loop. Young people left, which meant even fewer babies were born in Ukraine. The population then grew older, increasing the burden on a shrinking workforce. And the nation was already emptying out, with hundreds of villages becoming sparsely populated as people flocked to cities like Kyiv. Projections were already bleak, with one study projecting Ukraine's population could fall to just 35 million by 2050, even without a major war. Then, of course, on February 24th, 2022, the slow motion crisis collided with a cataclysm. The Russian invasion transformed Ukraine's demographic issues into an absolute catastrophe. The first and most immediate shock was the single largest refugee crisis in Europe since the Second World War. In the first few weeks alone, millions of people fled the country. As of mid-2024, the UN reported that over 6.5 million Ukrainians are registered as refugees globally. The demographics of this exodus were devastatingly skewed. Because men aged 18 to 60 were barred from leaving the country, the refugee population was overwhelmingly composed of women and children. While millions fled, millions more were displaced within Ukraine. The war has created one of the world's largest populations of internally displaced people. These are families who have lost their homes but remain inside Ukraine, their lives completely upended. At its peak, the number of displaced people topped 8 million, and even today, it remains at a staggering 3.7 million. The second wave of the demographic shock has been the direct cost of humans lost in the war, the casualties. Western intelligence estimates as of early 2024 that Ukraine military casualties number in the hundreds of thousands, with some figures indicating 100,000 killed and up to 400,000 wounded. Every lost soldier is, of course, a potential father, husband, and worker taken from a nation that already had too few. This has also created a severe gender imbalance, especially in younger age groups, and that will make it difficult for many women to find partners and start families in the future, a demographic scar that will last for generations. The ratio of men to women in some age cohorts is projected to be the most skewed in all of Europe. The next demographic assault has been on the very foundation of family life, and that is childbirth. In a nation under constant missile attacks, where millions live in fear and uncertainty, starting a family has become an act of almost impossible hope. The number of births in Ukraine has plummeted to levels that can only be described as catastrophic. In 2023, births fell by 9% from the previous year, and it's estimated that since the full-scale invasion began, the births have dropped by an astonishing 32%, from 309,000 in 2021 to only 212,000 in 2023. Data for 2024 shows a further drop to only 176,000 births, making the total decrease in births from 2021 to 2024 a mind-blowing 43% decrease. This collapse is happening alongside the physical destruction of the very infrastructure needed to support families. The war has inflicted damage on the places where life begins. As of 2024, the WHO reported that over 1,900 attacks had been verified on Ukraine's healthcare system, damaging or destroying hundreds of hospitals and maternity wards. On top of this, the Kyiv School of Economics estimates that over 3,500 educational facilities have been damaged or destroyed since the start of the war. So the combined effort of all these pressures, refugees, casualties, and birth rate collapse, is a demographic death spiral. The current population residing within Ukraine-controlled territory is estimated to be as low as 29 million people, according to Ukraine's Institute of Demography. This means the country may have already lost nearly a third of its pre-war population in just over 3 years. So what does the future hold? Can Ukraine survive this? This is the battle after the war. The first great challenge will be the question of return. A recent survey of Ukrainian refugees revealed a worrying trend. While many do feel a strong connection to their home, less than half of the refugees surveyed in December 2024 plan to return to Ukraine. The longer the war drags on, the deeper the roots that those refugees will put down in their host countries, and they are less likely to return. The economic challenge of rebuilding is very much directly tied to the demographic issues as well. The World Bank estimates that the cost of Ukrainian reconstruction will be at least $524 billion, a massive sum that is growing every day the war continues. But you cannot rebuild a country without builders, technicians, doctors, and teachers. Who will fill the millions of jobs needed to power this reconstruction if a huge portion of the skilled workforce and young men remain abroad? Ukraine is facing a potential labor shortage of up to 4.5 million people in the decade following the war. And long-term population projections are now bleaker than they were pre-war, with projections now saying that the population could shrink to between 24 and 35 million by 2050. This future Ukraine will be one of the oldest countries in Europe, with a median age soaring into the high 40s, creating an immense strain on pension and healthcare systems. For Ukraine to survive, it will need an effort on the scale of its current military defense, but aimed at rebuilding its people. It will require creating a state safe and prosperous and full of opportunity, and that's if it can win the battles for its most precious resource, its own citizens. And it will mean incentivizing millions of women and children to return from abroad and implementing pro-family policies to encourage a new baby boom. Of course, all of this hinges on Ukraine being able to win the war and keep as much of its land as possible. Whether it can is another matter. How the war will end is, of course, anyone's best guess at this point. But the fight for its future will be longer, quieter, and in many ways more difficult. It will be a generational struggle fought not for soil, but for souls. A battle to rebuild a nation, one family, one birth, and one citizen returning at a time. The survival of Ukraine depends not just on winning the war, but on having enough people left to build a lasting peace. So how do you see Ukraine's future playing out? Will they ever be able to stabilize their population, or is another scenario more likely? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and please consider liking and subscribing. This has been Blinded by Logic. Thanks for watching.